What up, Luke?
Hey, how's it going?
Going well.
Yeah?
Got some fun stuff here.
We do.
We have a little bit different thing today.
Yeah.
So we received kind of like a goodie bag of things from Sleep Number.
Yeah.
Not something you would expect us to cover.
Yeah.
Because it's not Android.
No.
It's not
necessarily tech.
Yeah, this is about as close to
there are electronics in there.
Yeah.
That's about as far as this goodie bag goes.
Yeah. So, but there's kind of like an underlying idea behind it.
Yeah.
I kind of even consider like, well, is this something we want to broach the subject of or talk about? But there are really two ways we could kind of go with this. One is, I don't know if you know this, we're in a pandemic.
True. Yep.
We might be on the outside of it. We might be.
It seems like we're constantly at the end of it.
Yeah.
But also constantly in the middle of it.
So you are aware of it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as part of that, I don't know if you watch TV, read the internet, or even talk to people. But some people have to work from home now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some people have worked and moved home over 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy
already. So it changes a lot of people's lives, right? So working from home is a thing that sounds easy and sounds kind of like, yeah, I really would welcome that. But it's harder than I think some people understand.
You've done it before, right?
Yeah. So
and I have too.
Much of Android Guys, the first 7 or 8 years was out of the home office.
Yeah.
Then I had another office and then thought, well, let's move back like right at the pandemic. I said, move back into the house. And there are some pains that come with that.
Right. Yeah.
Like physical.
Things that you don't realize until you're in the middle of it. It's easy when you work at somewhere to take work home and just do it, whether you're doing it at the dining room table or if you have an office or something. But when you're working from home constantly, all of a sudden everybody else is in your house.
Yeah.
Or, if you have kids at school, that helps. But still, if they're not at school or if, you have a pet or your spouse is home from work or not working or something like that, then you have to figure out, where do I go to get away so I can actually work? Because this place that is my relaxing place, my place to unwind or my place to get away from work, all of a sudden is my place to work.
Sure.
And so a lot of things, I think people have learned how to work from home now. And that plays into some of the stuff from Sleep Number.
Yeah.
Of just how to maybe make that situation more enjoyable or better for you, or things to, kind of balance out some of those stress points.
Yeah. And the other way to kind of take these topics is just for people who are at computers all day.
Yep.
People who maybe game a lot. People who spend a lot of time at a computer, in a desk or a chair, gaming chair even, but just comfort.
Right.
So let's jump into a couple of things that we have here.
Okay.
This is probably going to be the one that's the furthest outside of necessarily work from home or gaming, but I would say vital for a lot of people.
Sure. This
is something that I think we've talked before. As I've gotten older, seasonal affective disorder is a thing that, these days that are short in the middle of winter are really kind of, it stinks. It really starts to take a toll on you if you're not getting the proper amount of light. Your brain, you start to have, you're just not healthy. Right. So tell us about what we have here.
Yeah, so this is the Circadian Optics Leo therapy lamp. And basically what this does is it helps you simulate daylight. If you're a person that works in an office, maybe you're working from home, your office had to move to the basement or somewhere where you don't have a window. You don't really notice after a while, especially if you used to work at an office and you were able to go outside or you travel to the office, you get some time in daylight.
Sure.
Or you had windows, most offices generally have windows somewhere. but if you're at home and you don't have access to a window like you normally do, that affects you after time.
And it's one of those things that you find out almost kind of like too little too late. Like,
yeah, you don't really.
Oh man, what is really going on with me?
Yeah, I feel tired. Usually, there's a couple factors that kind of play into what seasonal affective disorder is, and it's tiredness, lack of motivation, and just a general feeling of, I guess maybe sadness is the way to say it. It's just this kind of down mood.
Sure.
For no reason. It can be, and it can be thought of as depression.
Yeah.
Where it is a form of depression, but it's something completely different than just general depression. So what this lamp does is it simulates sunlight, and it has 3 different settings. So that's the brightest, a medium, a low, and then off. And this thing is bright.
Yeah. So I don't know if the camera truly picks it up, but this thing is
so bright.
Like you're staring into a Palantir.
Yeah.
Like it's super bright. And this isn't something that I would necessarily say, hey, you need to sit in front of this for 20 minutes a day.
Right.
Maybe at the lower setting if it's going to be directly on your desk.
Right.
However, if you have it, in a corner or something that kind of projects in your area or your direction,
right,
maybe behind your monitor, just kind of mimics or gives the impression of that kind of light, your brain starts to soak that up, that UV. Well, it's not the UV; it's everything but the UV, really. Right. It just kind of tells your brain, "Hey, you're getting more of that daylight. You're getting that sunshine," and it's it works. I've had other less powerful.
Yeah.
The very low light one, which was designed and it recommended is to turn it on and sit in front of it, as
15, 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah. And it sits like literally on my desk. And there are some mornings where I'll come in and just kind of hit myself with that, because here in Ohio, from around November to maybe March, a lot of the sky is gray.
Right. There's not a lot of bright sunlight.
Yeah. And days, they start late and end early. And so this is the kind of thing that can help you with that. And it's not that expensive.
No.
So this guy, right now, if you look on the Sleep Numbers website, you're looking at about $31.99.
That's not bad at all.
So it's 20% off.
And it's a nice, it's got a cool design. It's angled in such a way to throw up and bounce off a wall.
Yep.
So even if you don't really use it as a therapy lamp, this is a nice bright lamp just for a corner, for an accent light, really. And it's very affordable.
It's a kind of a minimal, kind of unobtrusive, doesn't call too much attention to it.
Yep.
It's got a nice long cord. So if you want to plug that in behind something and just kind of put it somewhere on the desk to say, hey, we're just going to brighten this place up a little bit and make it a little bit more enjoyable.
Right.
So that's the Leo Light therapy lamp.
Yep.
And normally it shows on the website about $40. Right now it's 20% off. I want to say, as I've checked on this over the last couple of weeks, I think it tends to stay right around this price. So.
Gotcha. The next thing we have, let's see here. Do you want to go with something soft or something soft?
Let me go first, because I've got something soft I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
I have a lumbar pillow.
Okay.
So this chair that I have is, I don't want to say very old.
Sure.
Old enough.
Right.
And when I got it, it was a nice chair. It was comfortable, kind of neat. But it's not the kind of chair that I should have been sitting in for long term.
Day in, day out.
Day in, day out. Now, you have a nice chair.
Sure.
That has a pillow and lumbar support built into
it already. Yep.
So this guy, I don't know if you want to show that. I'm going to pull up just a price on it real quick. That's the lumbar pillow from Sleep Number. Right now, they're $34.99, and it is a buy one, get one 50% off.
That's pretty awesome.
So feel how soft that is.
It's very soft, and this is memory foam
with microfiber on the outside.
So it will stay nice and
bounce back
to its original shape. You don't have to worry, especially if you use it day in and day out. The other thing is this cover is removable. So if you haven't experienced, a lumbar pillow or something, if you don't sit at a computer chair all day, that's one of the spots that if it's warm tends to catch most sweat.
It's a back sweat.
Yeah.
Swamp back.
So really nice that this will clean up real easy in the washer if you want to take the cover off.
So this is like a pewter kind of color to it. Very nice. Matches pretty much anything.
It really does.
A nice gray.
Nondescript.
Yep. So that was the second I sat down with this, I thought, man, this isn't leaving this office.
Yeah, no.
You get that chair, I'll get this. Now
that's fair.
I leveled up with this. Yeah. So that's the lumbar pillow from Sleep Number. Again, that's about $35, but if you buy one, you get another one for half price.
Nice. We'll go with this guy here. This is big old plush blanket. Got a little packaging inside I'm going to take out.
So the plush blanket, I'm looking at the description. I'm assuming this might be the pewter because it does kind of match the lumbar pillow that I have.
Right.
Is this the standard, just the plush blanket?
Standard plush blanket.
So this is available in a variety of sizes. There's twin, queen, and king.
This is the queen size.
All right.
So there's plenty of blanket to go around. And this is soft, man. This is like, this, I would just sit with this on the couch and watch my moving pictures, watch my shows.
Yeah. Well, if you want, you can wear this the rest of this video.
Right.
No, it is, these are really soft.
They're very soft. And it comes in a nice packed case. So if you want to, fold it back up and pack it away for storage, you can do that.
This guy comes in a variety of colors.
Yeah.
So what we have here is pewter, but mouse over this real quick. We've also got wheat, white, plum, slate blue, nickel, dark blue, and soft lilac.
Nice.
So if you look at the colors, they're all kind of like in the same spectrum of like a palette of colors.
Yeah, it reminds me of, it would fit really well if you are in the current, Google Nest ecosystem.
Yeah.
This kind of plays very well in that same palette.
It has a color, has a nice specific shade to it, but it doesn't scream.
Right. It's not loud. It's not drawing your attention. Yeah. But it'll give you some pops of color. Tasteful.
Yep. So this guy is about $79.99, and that is normally $99, so it's 20% off. And again, that's the queen. So if you went down and said, I'm going to do a twin, you're looking at about $64. And if you go all the way up to a king, you're looking at about $95.
All right. So the last thing we have, this thing is cumbersome because it is a weighted blanket.
Yes.
This is the blue color. Looks like a
dark blue.
Dark blue. Yep.
Yep.
This is, I believe this is the 12-pound option that they sent us.
Also available as a 20-pound.
Oh, yeah.
So dark blue, and there's also gray, and then plum.
Have you ever used a weighted blanket?
I think you have one, right?
I have one,
Okay, so I think when you got it, or maybe some time ago, we had a discussion about them. You were extolling the virtues of them. And the comfort. And
So a weighted blanket is made to simulate being held.
Yes.
Really, it's supposed to be comforting. It's really good for sleeping. It helps you stay relaxed. Helps you, like I said, feel comforted. And I got one, and it really helped for a while. But I got one that was possibly just maybe a little too small because if I moved at all, it's also supposed to help you not move around so much.
Okay.
When you sleep. But if you do move around and you have one that's too small, it just moves off of you and then you don't have the benefit of it. The other thing a weighted blanket does is it gets very warm.
Does it?
Because, it's just trapping that heat in.
Yeah.
Which is nice and cozy. but it can be very hot when you're, sitting there watching TV or if you fall asleep in it.
This is comforting.
It is very comforting.
It's different than having like a sheet on you.
Yeah.
I'm ready for an X-ray.
Right?
Like
you feel like
office.
Yeah, you're getting a little checking your molars.
Yeah. No, this is I've always wanted to try one.
Uh-huh.
Because I've heard from people who have them the same thing that you were saying.
Yeah.
And maybe on 4th of July when they're letting off the firecrackers and I get scared, this is what I'm going to crawl under. Right. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So does this looks like it unzips?
Yep.
And then you can probably pull out, I'm assuming, the weight.
Yeah.
The bulk of the weight.
I think so.
This guy is available in how many sizes? Just the 12
The
and
12
20,
and the 20.
But does it have a dimension? We'll go for size. 48 inches wide by 70.
Okay.
So 4 feet wide.
Yep.
By
70
6
inches.
Foot,
that's
5'10".
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah, so that's pretty nice. If you want to get under this with me.
Yeah. Yeah, we can share that for sure. Feel all nice and comforted.
Yeah. That FedEx guy walks in. And
yeah.
Here we are.
But yeah, so that was the stuff that Sleep Number sent us. Again, this might seem weird for us to cover as far as Android tech wise, but I think we drew the lines that you can understand,
Dude, I can imagine playing under this, like if I'm like PlayStation or that plush one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then crawling under this just for the comfort.
And we've talked about like we reviewed the Sense8 and we have some other stuff for like mindfulness or
health
meditation.
And wellness is a whole thing, man.
Yeah. You lay with the Sense8 under this, or you do some meditation laying there. It's going to just help calm and relax you. So there's a lot of things that you can do to help yourself feel more comfortable when you're at home, working at home. It's all about creating a routine. So if it's, I go into my office, I close the door, I set my weighted blanket on my legs,
get my light,
put my light on, and I'm at work.
I've got my pillow.
It's about changing that mindset of like, I'm at work, even though I'm at home.
Yeah.
So that's our stuff from Sleep Number. You can check out Sleep Number's website. We'll have,
specific links.
Yep.
For these products.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's,
I will be interested to try this because it does say temperature balancing.
Yes.
To your point about like the heat, I wonder if that would be. Yeah. So
it is a slightly different fabric than the one I have, and it's not. It feels a little bit. It's not as soft as like a normal blanket. So that might be the fabric that helps balance that temperature.
Sure.
Because it does feel slightly cool on this side compared to the side that was under. Feels a little warm. So I don't know. That's cool. That's a neat feature. I wonder if it actually works.
Yep. All right. That's going to do it for this one.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.